Well, hello and welcome to Fibertown. I am Emily. I'm still adjusting my camera. I am Chain of Fools, or Fibertown, on places such as Instagram, Ravelry, Plurk once in a while. Where else? You know, the usual spots. Um, Welcome to episode 30. It is August 28th, 2013. And yeah, here I am on my porch. Rainy day in the DC area. And I've got some things to show you guys today. Got some works in progress. Got some spinning. And some up and coming things. And Alice is here, being a little bit irritating today. Hi, baby. She'll come up and say hi later. And yes, it is almost time for back to school. Next week, I will be recording in a kidless house. Up until very recently, I have worked 2 jobs, and sometimes 3. And in a wonderful change of events, I am now a stay-at-home mom, and I adore it. Last year was the first year that I did that, and it's been fantastic. So I've had a lot of family togetherness time this summer. Don't get me wrong, it's wonderful. But I'm excited to have the house to myself, at least for a few hours every day. So, you can find this show on iTunes, and if you would like, and you haven't done so already, go over and leave a star rating and or a review. That would be lovely. Please also, if you are new, hi. Thanks for coming, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I never say that, but I always mean it. If you are new, please check out the Ravelry group for Fibertown Podcast. Alice, it's not your yarn. There is an FO thread wherein I give away a downloadable pattern every month for the lucky winner. So, yes, indeed, you may notice I have something new today. I've had glasses for about 3 months, and I'm just not used to them. First time in my life I've needed glasses, and I am nearsighted, so I don't typically need them for podcasting, for example, but lately I feel like things have been getting worse and worse. So looking at the computer, etc., just I'm needing my glasses, folks. I'm getting older, so on the bright side, glasses are fun. I found this website called Zenny Optical, and they're really inexpensive. You put in your prescription, and bam, they make you glasses. And they're $10, $15, $20, $25, so you can get all sorts of styles, and it's fun. Alice is killing a stuffed animal right now. Pardon the noise. Okay, so I shall show you my show and tell. First of all, hang on. There she is. There she is. A little scamp today. This is Alice. Yep, that's Alice. Took her to the vet this week. She only weighs 13 pounds. She's a wee thing. But she is full of feistiness, yes indeed. She's scanning the yard for prey. Yep. Is there a squirrel out there? Squirrels are bad, aren't they? Squirrel. Where's the squirrel? Oh my goodness. Better go see. Okay. FOs. I have, do you remember this little guy from last week? My Anise by Susanna IC. It's a free knitty pattern. And this is knit out of the Maduseld 2-ply Romney lace weight. This was curling like nobody's business up top. So I single crocheted about 4 rows. There's the front, and there's the back. I single crocheted the top, and it's given it a really nice stability. It's not tight at all, and it doesn't curl anymore. Yay! So it's come out lovely. I'm very happy with that little addition to things. There it is. My second finished object is my husband's birthday present, which is unblocked. I don't think I'll block it, but this is The Winds Chief by Stephen West. And let me put it on, shall I? And oh my goodness, I didn't realize this is also out of Metacelled yarn. This is 100% Frisian from their sheep. I love this pattern. It looks great. It's so fun to knit. And I think it's unisex kind of thing. He has a very big head, bigger than I do, so this will fit him lovely. And it's got a very sort of blue sky kind of look to it, the finished object. It's nice and soft, sturdy, great yarn to work with. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Patricia of Metacelled. I am just knitting all of your yarns lately. So, excellent. Okay, so that's show and tell, folks. That is it. But I have some, fix the hair. I have some works in progress. I cannot get enough of the Milo sweater. Where's my Milo? Here she is. The purple one I did out of Blue Moon Socks at Rock. Oh, the hair is gonna bug me. Heavyweight. I gifted to the little baby, and she is adorable in it. And she's only about 3.5 months. But let me show you all a picture of her wearing it. Super cute. And I made the 1 year size. Here she is. Oh my goodness, so precious. And the 1 year size is like a little dress on her. The shoulders are a bit big, but I think she's going to be wearing this for a couple years. So yay. Adorable, adorable. Funny, cute babies. Awesome. Okay, so the second Milo is out of Handspun, which is very fun. This is, I can't remember if it's Cephalopod or the Verdant Griffin, but I believe it was right the year that they split up. I think it's Cephalopod. I bought some combed top at the Homespun Yarn Party that's up in Maryland. I only went that one time. It was really nice, but for some reason I just have never gotten back to it. And I spun it up. It is MCN, Merino Cashmere Nylon, and it's in the Joyeuse colorway. Oh, love it. So again, I'm making the 1 year size, but it's much smaller. This is a very, it's hand spun, so it's thick and thin in places. Let me show you the cake. There it is. It's got grays and yellows and golds, and very infrequently it has sort of a navy indigo color. I love working with it. So it is coming out smaller, which is fine. I think the baby this is going to is a bit on the smaller side. But I think it's going to stretch. I'm doing the Aran braid, which I'm really enjoying. It's a very easy cable. You can do it without a cable needle very easily. On the other one I did the XO Hugs and Kisses cable. But I love the way the cable's working up in the hand spun. So, very fun, very fast. Oh, it's so soft and squishy. I found this adorable s'mores charm. I guess it's for charm bracelets. I just clipped it onto a ring marker. I've got some little s'mores with a smiley face. So yes, very fun. That's going in my mushroom bag, which is one of the bags I made on my bag making binge a few weeks ago. Has the fun striped interior. And the yarn cord pulls. So that's Milo. That's my Milo. Now the other one is a design, but it's not a proprietary design, shall we say. It is a mishmash of a seamless yoke sweater, and I've talked about this before. I'm using the Ann Budd's Handy Book of Sweater Patterns, And I'm doing the seamless yoke for kids. I love this because it has actual kid sizes. Child. Seamless yoke. So I'm using that blueprint. And then I am using some Fair Isle patterns from Mastering Color Knitting. And that is a book by Melissa Leapman. This is a great book, I think. So those two together, I was going to make a hedgehog sweater. The yoke was going to be hedgehogs for my son. But I have apparently missed the hedgehog sweater window. He's too big for that now. And I am making this in a larger size, like for an 8-year-old size, so he can grow into it. It'll just be a little baggy, and I'll have to roll up the sleeves probably, but I'd rather it last for a few years. And at 8, I really doubt he's going to want hedgehogs. So I'm going to do other Fair Isle patterns for him. This is being knit out of Sirdar Country DK. Double knitting, rather. I have this gray, green, and the brown. So in a seamless yoke, you knit the body up to the armholes. You do that bottom up, obviously. And you knit the sleeves separately. You attach the sleeves, and then you do the yoke. So here is my first sleeve. I'm starting with sleeves. Here it is. I'm just making this up. Now my Fair Isling is very puckery and tight usually. So what I'm attempting here is I'm doing when I'm stranding more than one stitch at a time, I'm going up a needle size. I'm doing this on size 7 Chow Goose, but for example, this part here I'm doing on a size 8. And it's working. It's not puckering at all. This is fine. I don't get puckering with the just with the one stitch. Not really a float, but a one stitch of each color. That's fine. I don't pucker there. But yay, I think that's a really good solution for somebody who's having trouble with Fair Isling. So, got a bit of a sleeve. It's fast knitting, but I have to do another one after that. And then I'm going to do the body, and he wants a kangaroo pocket. So I've researched how to do that, and it shouldn't be too difficult. I think you just like, after you knit up a certain way, you pick up sort of an afterthought row and then knit up and then join it at the top and knit one from the front and back needle together. And then you have a pocket. So that'll be good, and then I'll do a simpler Fair Isle yoke, not the hedgehogs. So, I'm not sure what I'm calling this sweater yet. It is no longer the hedgehog sweater. We shall see. That's what I'm working on right now. I do want to cast on another pair of mittens, felted mittens for the, got a doggy here, felted mittens for Heartland Knits Felted Mitten Challenge. If you haven't checked that out, you might want to. She's trying to gather 50 pairs of felted mittens for a homeless shelter in her hometown. Slipping. So, and she has great prizes, and she has Vicky. She has a great podcast, Heartland Knits. So I highly recommend you crank out a pair of those. They are not difficult. They don't take very long. Word to the wise, felt your mittens, both mittens at the same time. I am full of fail lately. I'll talk more about that later. Okay, so spinning. Alice, I want to show spinning. Oh, all right, so I have been all about the gourmet stash lately, and I have been back to that. I have finished my Sakura Punis. Those are the pink ones. I haven't plied them yet. 1, 2, 3. So those 3 obviously are going to be a 3-ply. I have to wind off the spindle onto another knitting needle, and then I'm going to 3-ply them. This should be exciting. And I also have started the Sweet Sister Poonies, and that's my first cop. Nice tight little cop. I'm doing that on my Golding, which flies like the wind. It's just very fast. Spins forever. I should say it spins longer than it is fast, but it's fast too. Tasty Poonies. All right. Okay, anyway. So I'm doing the second third of the Sweet Sister Poonies, and I have a plan now for my Poonies, because I still have this, Chocolate Chianti, as well as Poonies in Space. Oh, so pretty. And my plan is to knit, once I have a ton of colors of these, I'm going to get more, I'm going to knit the Albers Cowl by Anne Weaver. Let me show you. It's based on Joseph Albers' artwork, but it's log cabin squares, and then they're connected into this gorgeous cowl, and lots of different options. So I think this would be a perfect application for a small amount of yarn and lots of different colors. Yay, I'm very excited about that. It's going to be a long-term project. But I think it'll be stunning. So I have a list of other Gourmet Stash colorways I want to acquire eventually. And that's it for spinning right now. I have not been on my wheel lately, although I have been thinking about starting to knit the alpaca blanket out of the hand spun that I did this summer. Once it turns cooler, I'll get to that. One thing I'm noticing about these glasses is glare. Whoop. No glare. Glare. No glare. So I apologize. I'm not sure if I'll be wearing these every time because of that glare. All right, so I've also been thinking about a weaving project, and I have so much knitting I want to do. I don't know when this will happen, probably when the kids are back in school sometime. But I really want to warp my loom with a random assortment of fibers, and then weave with a random assortment of fibers. So sort of that Sayori weaving ideal, but I really want to do like an art piece. So I've been keeping odds and ends, even at fabric scraps that I think I'll weave into there. That should be fun. I don't know if you can see, Alice is on my knees here, cozy and comfy. She makes herself at home. So I have a few other things to talk about, and they all fall in the category of up and coming. The very first one that I want to talk about is the Hero Cal, the Herbaceous-a-long. That, I believe, is going to go on the back burner. There is some interest in it, but I think a lot of people are overwhelmed with holiday knitting that's starting and just other knit-alongs that they're involved in. So I'm not ready to commit to the Hero either, but I will be, I think, in the near future. I'll bring it up again in a few months, or maybe sooner. You know how I roll. And the other reason it's on hold is because probably not going to Rhinebeck. I really shouldn't have said that last week, but it looked like we were going. Then we found out that we need to do some remodeling in our bathroom due to water damage. So that's going to be on hold most likely, unless it's significantly less than we anticipate, which probably won't happen. Murphy's Law. So that is probably not going to happen this year, but it'll be there next year. And I have the Shenandoah Valley coming up, which is awesomer and awesomer. So looks like there's a meetup for the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival on that Saturday, I believe the 28th of September, from noon to 1. And the place is to be determined, and one of the festival organizers is going to find a spot for us. So very nice. Yeah. Okay, so last week I released a pattern, and I released it on Monday, and wasn't planning on releasing it until Wednesday. But what happened was this. I put up the specs for the pattern and I said, it'll be free from this date to this date. And then people started messaging me. Where's the pattern? Where's the PDF? I want to download it. And I wasn't planning on uploading and releasing the PDF until Wednesday when I podcasted. But I had no idea how fast people jump on new free patterns. I just thought I would be in the database, nobody would notice me till Wednesday. No, that is not how it went. So I was like, oh, people like me, I'm going to release the pattern early. And that's all the thought I put into it, really. And there were other options that were probably better. But the long and short of it is, I put the pattern out there. It got about 2,500 downloads. And a lot of recognition. It went to the top of the Ravelry Hot right now, which made my head spin. I had no idea. And people were talking about it in different forums, saying, go get this pattern. So my request to you last week to not tell your friends about it, that was just dumb and wrong of me. And I shouldn't have done it, but I was overwhelmed at the time. So I hope that you all got the pattern if you are a podcast viewer. If you are not, please let me know. If you did not get the pattern, please let me know. If you did not get it in time to have it be free. Now, the upside to all this is that it got a lot of action. And now I'm just nervous that people are going to knit it. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping it goes well. People like it. I found it very enjoyable, and I don't think there are mistakes. My test knitters have found them all. So, yes, we are going to do Herbaceous-a-long. There's more interest in that, and I think socks are more approachable than a sweater at the moment. So, yeah. Now, the plus side, to this is that someone else is doing a HAL where you could enter this. So you can double dip with this Herbaceous-a-long. Kim of Craft Stash and Katie of Gourmet Stash. They're doing, I think they're calling it the Crafty Podcaster Knit Along. And basically, you take a pattern by a podcaster and a yarn dyed by a podcaster, and you combine them. So, for example, if you have Penguin Soup yarn or Mustache Sheep yarn, who's another podcaster that dyes yarn? Oh, Jinx Yarns, Highland Handmaids. Anyone who's a podcaster and dyes yarn, knit another podcaster's pattern out of that yarn, and you can enter it in Kim's Knit Along. And she's the Craft Stash podcast. She's awesome. And it starts September 1st, and it goes to the end of the year. So easy peasy. You can enter it there. You can enter it in our Ravelry group, Fibertown Podcast. I'm going to start a thread. And I can't wait to see what yarns you guys choose, what you think of the pattern, and there will be prizes. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one prize or two, but these are the yarns. I like choice. So, if you are the winner, you can choose either Lorna's Laces. This is Shepherd Sock, 435 yards. Isn't that beautiful? It's called Flames. Or, this is cooler colors. This is by the Camel Shop. It's just a superwash merino and nylon sock yarn. The beautiful purples and golds and grays. So, some lovely sock yarn as prizes for a sock knit along. So I hope you will knit along and post I'll have a chatter thread as well as a FO thread. Or I might combine them. We'll see how that works. Just take a look at the boards. I'll have a thread up detailing exactly how to go about it. So yay! Alice! Oh, I totally forgot to say hello to a few people. She's a darling girl. Okay, I want to say welcome to these people who introduced themselves in the introductions thread. We have M is for Monkey, who is Meredith from West Virginia. Monkey? Oh, I know, monkey ends in E like cookie. Yeah. We also have Nutmeg Knitter, who's Becca from Connecticut. Hello. And Raspberry Cat Girl, who is Tracy from Arizona, and she is shortly moving to Savannah, Georgia. Yay, welcome to the East Coast, Tracy. And Alice and I, Alice, look over here. There we go. There we go. You're a good girl. So we were going to say, take care, happy crafting, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.